Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Roki Sasaki is heading to LA. No surprises. I think everybody kind of assumed this was going to happen. There were reports that the Padres and Blake's Blue Jays were in the mix, and the Blue Jays even made a trade for Miles Straw to acquire uh, some international money, extra 2 million.
Yeah.
A couple hours later, Roki Sasaki was going to the Dodgers. Before we get to the Dodgers and how this will impact them, I'll give you the floor quickly, Blake. Don't rant. How
Yeah.
we feeling? Blue Jays miss out again, and now they have Miles Straw. So
Yeah, it's not great. I mean, if you were to go out and get money, extra money for Sasaki, if you had inkling that like, hey, if you get extra money, I'll come. Sure, that deal makes sense. Now it just makes no sense. Now we got $7 million from Miles Straw, and he was in AAA all year last year. But yeah, like you said off the top, not much of a surprise. I guess everybody thought he was going to the Dodgers, but me, because I woke up yesterday seeing the trade. I thought, hey, maybe we got a shot. The Padres were out yesterday morning, and I'm like, okay, well, where have we seen this before? A Japanese star down to the Dodgers and the Jays. Last year with Otani, here we are again, left at the altar. I was deciding whether to wear a paper bag on this video or go buy a clown suit because that's how I feel. I feel like a clown. But good for the Dodgers, I guess. I don't think they needed Sasaki, but here we are. He's going to be like their sixth starter, I think. So, yeah, it's an interesting fit. I thought he would have maybe went to the Padres or the Jays and created his own path or kind of built his own legacy. But I mean, when all these Japanese stars are going to LA, it's kind of hard to turn that down. A chance to play with Yamamoto and Otani. Obviously, they just won the World Baseball Classic together, so there's familiarity with there. But yeah, it's for Jays fans. It's another kick in the nuts. It sucks. But the Dodgers just keep getting better, so good for them.
yeah, one thing with Sasaki that maybe I don't know. I haven't been watching too many videos of other creators, but Uh, I was pretty interested in him going to the Dodgers just because of the money value. Obviously, it's a minor league deal because he is coming over early. There is no posting fee, so it's all about international pool money and a bonus there. Outside of that, I was thinking more jersey sales, right? Otani did the same thing. He came over early, signed with the Angels.
Yeah.
Um, Obviously they made money off of advertisements and jersey sales, and that's how Shohei was getting paid early in his career. Sasaki going to the Dodgers, where they already have the advertisements for Otani. They have a bunch of stars, so fans, if I'm a fan of the Dodgers, I'm more likely to buy a jersey of Otani, Freeman, Betts, you name it. So I think this is definitely going to be a financial burden on him unless the Dodgers, after a year or so, go, "Hey, we're going to ink you to a 10-year extension."
Which
Right?
wouldn't be
Like,
surprising, right? Like
yeah.
year two.
So
Yeah.
it's definitely interesting. I think he is leaving some money on the table elsewhere. But as far as the Dodgers go, he's also going to be able to develop, right? You have Snell, you have Yamamoto, you have Otani who's coming off injury, you have Glasnow, Tony Gonsolin Mayer coming off injury. They have Bobby Miller. They have depth this year. We thought they had depth last year. We'll see how it plays out with the injury bug. It seems like some of these guys tend to not make 30 starts year in and year out. So we'll see how that works. But also, Roki Sasaki throws 100 miles per hour, right? I mean, and he's young. And it's inevitable. And of course, I would not want to risk any injury on anybody. But at some point, he's probably going to need Tommy John. I mean, Otani's on his second Tommy John.
Hmm.
Um, Tyler Glasnow's had it. It's just something that happens in baseball. This is probably down the pipeline. It's not unusual for that to happen with hard throwers.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's definitely, I think, comfort. I can't talk right now. Being comfortable
Yeah. Yeah.
in LA and also with guys that he can interact with in Yamamoto and Otani did play in his decision.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this rotation, they got a six-man rotation. Obviously, the big elephant in the room is no Kershaw, and there's not even no Tawny on the list. So like the it's just an embarrassment of riches, for the Dodgers. Yeah, he left $3 million on the table. The Jays had 8.2, and the Dodgers gone for they had 5.1, but they traded for more international space down the road after they got him. But yeah, like I think it's a very interesting decision. Obviously, I mean, if you're the Dodgers and you're selling any free agent, I mean, all you gotta do is go in there, put the World Series trophy on the table, bring Betts, Freeman, Otani into the room, and I mean, it's kind of hard to say no to that pitch. I mean, all you can be mad all you want, but all this organization done has done in the last 5 years is win, go to the World Series, win division titles. So it's it's a winning mindset for them. They spend money and they want to win. So I mean, you can't really fault them for that. Any owner can go out and do this. Any owner can go out and spend money like this, but they have an advantage for sure. It's definitely interesting.
I think that argue is kind of tired. I
Yeah,
don't really like it when Passan puts it out or
yeah,
other beat writers put it out, and I think those guys are great.
yeah.
But to say that other organizations can do what the Dodgers can do, I mean, I'll use my organization for example that I'm a fan of, the Angels, right? Art Moreno, say what you want about him. He's one singular owner. The Dodgers have a ownership group of
15.
10 to 15 owners,
Yeah,
billionaires,
yeah,
just chipping in money, right? It's different than just a one guy spending it. Yeah, again, they all are billionaires,
yeah,
but they also have other streams of business and revenue coming in elsewhere. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it is a business. It's not just Steve Cohen at the 29 other teams that are just playing with house money and want to have fun and win,
yeah,
right? I mean, that's just the reality of where it is ownership wise. So
yeah,
I do think it's kind of tired to say that everybody can do what LA does. They're in a big market. Obviously, Southern California, beautiful here.
yeah,
Um, it's you have the stars. You have access to the beach. You have access to good weather. You can't say the same about, a Milwaukee. No
right.
offense to Milwaukee fans, but it's cold there, or the Twins. It's
Yeah,
cold there. And there's nothing wrong with those cities. It's not LA, right? So, to say that other organizations can do what the Dodgers do, I honestly disagree with that statement. Um, I know it's kind of you have to pick one side of the fence. I'm definitely on the side of that's just not true. But before we head out of here, one more thing that I thought was interesting about this deal. From the Dodgers side, you got to go get this guy. He's 23 years old. He's going to play into your plans for the next 7 years.
yeah,
What about Clayton Kershaw?
yeah.
Right? I mean, Clayton Kershaw at this point, how does he come back? How does he come back here unless they're moving Gonsolin or May? Again, they still have Otani. They still have Gavin Stone's coming off shoulder surgery. They have my guys, Bobby Miller, said his
Yep,
name earlier. Bobby
yep.
Miller. Landon Knack pitched a little bit for them last year.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm interested to see what happens with Kershaw. Every year he's just gonna sign a 1 year deal. He's gonna go back. He's gonna right in the sunset as a Dodger. I don't think that's a 100% thing this year.
Well, the thing that I can maybe see Kershaw going back is because a lot of these guys I feel like are going to be on innings limits. I mean, Gonsolin's coming off injury, Mays coming off injury, so like you can't expect those guys to make the starts. But like yeah, it's definitely a valid argument for sure. Like it would be really weird seeing Kershaw in a uniform other than the Dodgers. Like he is the Dodgers. Like he has been their guy for the last almost 2 decades. Like he's been there a long time. And it's a legit possibility that he's pitching in another uniform for sure.
But it begs the question though, because May, 27 years old, Sasaki's gonna be 23,
Hmm.
Gonsolin's about to be 31, Glasnow 31, Yamamoto 26, Snell 32, Kershaw's 36. Why not just take that money? You're gonna have to spend more, but and go get Jack Flaherty back,
Right. Who's
right?
29?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean. I don't know. I mean, it would make sense. Obviously, he's a lifelong Dodger. It seems like they have to bring him back, right? But
If he was to go anywhere, what do you think his market would be like? Like, do you think he would have like like a short list of teams that he would want to go to?
the one that jumps off the page just to his Dallas connection is the Rangers,
Right.
who I looked earlier have 7 million to play with before the luxury tax. Not sure they would spend it on Clayton Kershaw. Um, they still have to do some more stuff in their rotation and their bullpen. And Kershaw's coming off shoulder surgery, so it's kind of it's a gray area there, right?
Yeah.
Um, I don't think he would go to the Angels, but they're down the road, and he's lived there for the past 15 years. Um, Outside of that, who knows? I mean, maybe a contender, but at this point, he's been there, done that. I don't know. I
Right.
don't know what's important to him and his family. I mean, if location's important, then yeah, you're looking at the Angels because that's the closest organization to the Dodgers, geographically.
Right.
Uh, you know, I I don't know. I really don't know. What do you think? I mean,
I would. I don't know if you go to the Padres. That would be crazy. But I think Texas makes the most sense. Home state. I think if he was to not sign with the Dodgers, I think it would be with the Rangers. I think they'd find a way to figure that out. But yeah, this is it's an interesting fit for Sasaki. Just getting back to the main topic here, but he's nasty. He like you said, triple digits. He's got a wipeout splitter. He's got tantalizing stuff for sure.
yeah. Well, I think that's gonna do it for this one. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. As always, we appreciate you guys for listening and watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.